Hello viewers, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're seeing this video. So today we are still taking another example on quadratic equations, but this time using completing the square method that we used the last time. The difference is that in the previous example, the coefficient of the variable with the highest power, which is 2, was 1. Now, in this case, the coefficient is greater than 1. The pattern of solution will be a little different from the previous one. So let's take the question. It says solve the equation 2m squared plus 5m minus 20 equals 0 by completing the square. So we'll say solution. All right, so the first thing we'll do is to move 20 to the right hand side of the equation. The equation is separated by an equal to. So 2m squared plus 5m equals, when 20 crosses, it becomes positive instead of the negative it has. Then we throw away 0. The next thing you do is you must ensure here that the coefficient of the variable with the highest power, which is 2, must be 1. Now the coefficient is 2. We have to make it 1 by, to make it 1, we have to divide through by 2. So we say divide through by 2, which means divide this by 2, divide this by 2, divide this by 2. So we have 2 cancel 2. We are left with m squared plus 5 divided by 2m. Then 2 cancel 20 equals 10. All right? Because if two people share 20, they take 10, 10. Now we move on. The next thing we'll do from this point is we're going to take the square of half the coefficient of m and then we'll add it to both sides. I repeat, we'll take the square of half the coefficient of m and we'll add it to both sides of the equation. Now, what is half the coefficient of m? The coefficient of m is 5 divided by 2. Then if we want to take half of it, we say multiply by 1 over 2. And this will give us 5 times 1, 5. 2 times 2, 4. Now, they say we should take the square of half the coefficient. Since it's half the coefficient, the square will be power 2. All right, so we're going to add this to both sides of the equation. At the left-hand side, we're going to have m squared plus 5 divided by 2m plus, we'll add it, 5 divided by 4 square equals, now the right-hand side, we're going to say 10 plus, we'll also add it at the right-hand side. Because in an equation, whatever you do to the left-hand side must do to the right-hand side. So we have 5 divided by 4 all squared. All right? So now we can wipe this off. Okay, so let's proceed. Now the next thing you do is to factorize. In this case, to factorize means that we have to look for a simpler way to express the left-hand side. It will still give us the same result. The easy way to do it, the Q is you're going to add m plus 5. Since m half square and 5 divided by 4 half square, you're going to combine them and it will look like this. M plus 5 divided by 4 squared. Now, when you expand it to give everything at the left-hand side, this center term, discard it, throw it away because it's already part of this expression, okay? Equals 10 plus 5 raised to the power of 2 means 5 times 5, which is 25, divided by 4 raised to the power of 2 means 4 times 4, which is 16, all right? So you can say 10, this 10 can mean the same thing as 10 divided by 1 is still 10, okay? It doesn't make any difference. Now you're going to look for the LCM. The LCM of the right-hand side is already 16 automatically because it's paired with 1. If 1 shares 16, we'll have 16. 16 times 10 will give us 160 plus 10. 16 divided 16 is 1. 1 times 25 is 25, which means that this line is equal to, don't forget, this is m plus 5 divided by 4 at the left-hand side equals this. 160 plus 25 will give us 185 divided by 16. All right? So at this point, we can proceed. Now, we want to remove this square from the left-hand side. For us to remove that power 2, we must introduce square root. And if we take the square root of that left-hand side, the square will go off and we're going to have m plus 5 divided by 4 equals plus or minus the square root of 185 divided by 16. Is that okay? All right. For board management, we're going to be able to accommodate those values in that little space. All right, let's proceed. Now, don't forget that this will give us equals to the square root of 185 will give us the square root of 185 will give us 13.6015. So at the top, we're going to have 13.6015. All right, divided by, at the bottom, we're going to have the square root of 16 will give us 4. All right, for clarity, we're going to move it to the other side. So what we have is m plus 5 over 4 or divided by 4 equals 13 equals plus or minus, let me add that, equals plus or minus 13.6015 divided by 4. Okay, so what it means in this case is that we can decide to move the other value, the 5 divided by 4 to the right hand side so that they meet together at the other side. So if we move it, what are we going to have? We are going to try it now. So m will be equal to negative 5 divided by 4 plus or minus, because if 5 divided by 4 crosses over, it becomes negative. Anything that crosses the equality sign changes sign. From plus, it will become negative. 13.6015 divided by 4. All right, so if we combine this will be equal to, okay, let me take it to the other side. M will be equal to negative. Now, don't forget, this is we can use a common 4 to represent them. 4 divided 4 is 1. 4 times 1 times 5 is negative 5. So we can have negative 5 plus or minus 4 divided 4 is 1. 1 times 13.6015, we have 13.6015. All right. So what it means is that m is either equal to negative 5 plus, here we're going to choose one of the signs, plus 13.6015 divided by 4, which will give us equal to what? Now, by the time we add that and divide by 4, we are going to get 2.15. Okay? We're going to get 2.15. Or our second value for the second value for m is that, or m will be equal to negative 5. Now, instead of choosing plus that we've already chosen before, we'll choose minus 13.6015 divided by 4, which means that we're going to get, do the arithmetic, so we're going to get negative 4.65, negative 4.65, negative 4.65. Therefore, m is equal to 2.15, or m is equal to negative 4.65. This is our final solution. I hope this example was so interesting and fun. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, follow. And if you're watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me, and see you in my next video. Bye.